forgot what I was supposed to say. Hey there! So last week, I was tagged by this awesome person to do the throwback tag.
What year were you born in?
I was born on the 18th of August 1995. And yes, that makes me a 90s child. And I have no idea why I was supposed to be so proud of that.
Do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger? If you do, show them.
Yes, however, I don't have too many here because most of my childhood crap was in Switzerland, but these are the ones I have here. I also have this picture of me and Martin Freeman. We just bumped into him on the street. It was so amazing.
What TV shows did you grow up watching?
I remember watching a lot of TV when growing up actually, and most of the shows were from Nickelodeon like Cat Dog, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, but also Sailor Moon, Pokemon, and I really love Digimon as well. Beamon. Yeah. I'm cool. Shut up.
What did you want to be when you grew up, and do you still want to be that?
Growing up, I always wanted to be a veterinarian, but I don't want to be that anymore because I kind of hate needles and the sight of blood makes me dizzy. And I would also be a really shit vet because I'd just casually cry over the animals dying, even if it's not mine.
Show a video of yourself from when you were younger.
Before I show you these clips, just a heads up, I grew up surrounded by animals. Literally.
Ja, fint i mitten cherry.
What were your favourite toys to play with?
I like Polly Pocket, my Nintendo GameCube, and Barbies. Most of my Barbies I'd actually kept until last year, when one day I decided it was time to give them a makeover. Now that I look at those pictures, it kind of reminds me of Supernatural. And that was before I started watching Supernatural.
What's the most embarrassing thing you can remember doing?
In primary, I had a friendship book, and one day I decided to give it to this boy, and he returned it, and he had scribbled all over it. And I went to the teacher crying, like, "You have to punish him! This is so horrible! This is not even fair!" And she, not knowing what to do, she just sent him outside for a few minutes. I still find that unfair. You shouldn't have ruined my friendship book.
Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten.
I don't have my kindergarten stuff here, and also it would all be in German, but I can show you some things that I made when I was in year 4. I made this, which is a kind of ink thing. I don't know what it's called. And I also made these slippers. I made these.
3 songs you loved to listen to as a child. What's one funny thing you used to dress up as for Halloween when you were younger?
I always dressed up as the same thing for some reason. I was always a witch. Every year.
Tell a funny story or something you remember happening when you were young.
I was maybe 5 years old. We had just moved to a new place, it gotten dark, someone rang the doorbell, I opened the door, there were maybe 10 kids in Halloween costumes. I screamed in their faces, slammed the door and started to cry. That was my first experience with Halloween. I handled it pretty well, don't you think?
Are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child?
I still have this from when I was a baby. Here's the proof. Yep. Oh, isn't that cute?
What's something weird you used to do as a child?
I used to scream names in my sleep. Not talk or mumble, no, but scream. Scream names of people that I knew. whilst dreaming of puppies and kittens.
What's the scariest thing you can remember happening to you when you were younger?
I remember this one recurring nightmare that I had every time I was asleep in the back of a car. I would wake up and nobody was driving the car.
How's the world different now from how it was when you were a child?
The world is a lot more stressful than it is when I was a kid, but the technology has improved a lot, which I am really glad for. Obviously, making videos, being on Tumblr every day, I'm happy. I tag Holly, Alice, Yasmin and Chloe to do this next. I hope you enjoyed learning a bunch of useless shit about me. If you did, just stick around till next week, maybe? Maybe not, your choice. Bye! Bye! I just reflect on my life after I do my buys. Bye! The fuck you doing with your life, Janice? But the technology has improved a shit. That sounded like technology, didn't it? They're supposed to say technology. Oh, damn it. The technology. Wah! 3D, wah! It's not 3D, wah! Oops. Big shout out to my majestic sassy sloth spoon ghosty Jessica, whose birthday was ages ago and I forgot to mention it in my video even though I promised you I would. I'm sorry. Happy birthday! Late birthday, but whatever.